everybody to the December 19th special meeting. If you could please silence your cell phone at this time. Let's please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, roll call. Carl Wade.
Present.
Jim Panther.
I'm here.
Myself, Brock Spear, also present. We have Louis Nino, who is absent. We do have a quorum. We are here tonight to discuss the police department and also building commissioner. So I guess we will start with the police department. At this time, we have not had anybody apply for the interim position. So that's where we are with that. The locks have been changed to the department. As we've received no keys back, but the department is secure. Its locks have been changed. The firearms that was on loan from the government was able to get a response from each department that received those. They are in their hands. As far as the hiring of a new marshal, I would suggest that we appoint, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I would suggest that we keep accepting applications up until, when's the next, when does the notice end in the paper for the?
It's been run, it was running this week, so
Okay.
at the end of this week, it'll be the second week that it's run.
Okay, so possibly by, we could call this executive meeting by, possibly the first week of the year, to discuss, and we have received a lot of applications to go through to start the hiring process. Anybody have any dates there that would work?
Anything except for Tuesday.
Anything but Tuesday night, so would Wednesday the 4th be acceptable?
Me.
Okay.
Right. What time?
5 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock would probably be better.
Okay. I would just, it is 5:03, Louis Nino has joined the meeting. Nino, we are discussing setting an executive meeting to go through applications.
First of the week will work for me, so.
There will be another notice ran for the marshal position next week, so we will have to hold it after that, which would bring us to the first week of the year, first week in January.
That'd be fine. Monday and Tuesday work for me.
What, I'm sorry, what was
Monday
that?
or Tuesday will work for me anytime.
Okay, Tuesday doesn't work for Carl. We were thinking Wednesday the 4th at 6 p.m. Does that work for
I
you?
have to look, I work every other Wednesday, so I have to look. If we can do it, we can do it at 7.
Monday would be fine. I can do Monday, that's fine.
Monday the 2nd. Does
work
that
well?
pose any problem, Andrea, because that's the day that New Year's Day is observed? Okay. So we will go with the 2nd at what time? 6 o'clock?
Is that an executive?
Yes, that would be an executive session. Is that going to be enough time to advertise for the executive session?
$40.
Okay. So we will plan on January 2nd. And I'm sorry, what was that time again?
6.
6 o'clock. Okay. We do have somebody that comes forward that would like to stand in for the interim position, between now and then, I will get with Andrea and call a special meeting so we can appoint that person at that time. Does any other council members have any questions on?
No, Andrew said she, just for the other two, since we haven't talked to them, asked her to look at, the applicants to see who's been to the academy, put that in one section, and then put the other ones that, that haven't been, but are looking, that way there we can kinda go through that, see.
I would be fine with that.
Somebody's good.
Yeah, I asked her to do that so we can review it before the meeting, so that way we can not spend so much time having to go through applicants we've already had, a preview of that.
Okay. So we will, like I said, if somebody comes in the meantime for the intern position, I will get with Andrea and call a special meeting. I don't know if you missed, the locks have been changed in the police department, and the
Okay.
firearms, they were transferred to the other departments. So no more discussion on the police department this time?
Well, the only other question that I have is, you were told just a few minutes before the other meeting, so were you able to go through a checklist?
No,
Sure.
I briefly just looked at items, we did not go over the whole inventory list.
I think that's something that
I
we
was just able to view a few items, and
we need to, either as a council or you look through that to double check and make sure that when the town's purchase has been returned and in an orderly, working.
well,
fashion.
the problem with that is there is evidence lockers in there,
Say
and
again, please.
there is evidence lockers in there, so until we either appoint an intern that can deal with that, or I have reached out to the Indiana State Police to help with getting that evidence out of here,
Okay. Well, that's
there's
fine,
no way to
that's
do
fine,
an
we
inventory.
have to wait till then, but I'm just saying that we need to go through an inventory to double check to see what's missing, and if something's missing, how we can get that,
I agree.
that equipment back.
Okay. Anything else?
If we, do that executive meeting and review everything, it's a possibility we can hire the town marshal on the January regular meeting.
Well, we would also, I don't know how long the background check takes to come back. And obviously, we would have to check the references as well.
I just wanted to bring one time, get kind of an idea when we're possibly looking at hiring somebody to fill that position.
Right, I mean, if it runs past the first scheduled meeting, we will call a special meeting just as quick as we possibly can to get somebody in here. As far as the building commissioner goes, which is the next item on the discussion,
I put a call into Pat Roberts today, he's the attorney for the planning commission,
okay,
and I was gonna get with him to see if, we can appoint somebody bring somebody from the planning commission to the board to appoint for a temporary,
okay,
building commissioner, just to fill in while
okay,
we hire this one.
okay,
He was busy today, so I'll continue to get hold of him.
okay.
We have had applicants for that, Andrew, or not?
We've had a couple people call and inquire about it.
So,
And that runs the same time as the marshal position, correct? Okay. Any other discussion on that?
just to make sure, you say you're going to call or you have called?
I called, but I couldn't get a hold of him today, he left a message, so I'll get back with him again tomorrow.
Can you email us what you find out, please?
Yeah.
Whether you were able to find somebody, and then, that way we can have that information for the next meeting, please.
And Carl, if we have somebody that again steps in and wants to fill in an intern position for that, in the meantime, I'll get with you and we can call a special meeting for that as well.
Okay.
Any other discussion on the building department?
The only other thing I would have is, Andrew, can you check with, the appropriate state official that, governs that to make sure there is a checklist of what requirements are necessary for that position, so,
For the building commission?
yes. Yeah, if you would please that way there, whether we get a recommendation from Mr. Roberts' office and or whether the applicants, we can kind of help screen that and make a sound judgment after that.
Okay. Anything else from the council? Okay, at this time, I will open it for public comments. Anyone? Robert?
I'll be quick. I won't use my full 2 minutes, I promise.
You're with it. Can you kindly start, please?
Go ahead. Won't take long. I've been approached since the last town council meeting by several people in the community. And we've kind of discussed different options and things like that. And I have prepared a short, quick statement here on behalf of those discussions that I've had. Council members, on behalf of myself and several concerned citizens of the town of Bunker Hill, I would like this letter to serve as a formal request of resignation of council members Louis Nino and Carl Wade due to criminal arrest either personally or indirectly by current spouses. The council members have suffered direct arrest and or felony convictions in this community. This is directly putting the safety and security of the citizens at Bunker Hill at risk due to biased opinions of law enforcement. All of the following information obtained in this letter is from the Miami County Courthouse as of 10:45 a.m. today. Reference 1. Councilmember Louis Nino was arrested on February 6, 2015 in Miami County for theft and intimidation. Miami County Court Case Number 52D02-1502CM0030. Mr. Nino was entered into a pretrial diversion contract for the above listed charges on 9/8 of 2015 with the Miami County prosecutor. Also to be noted, Mr. Nino's legal defense in that criminal case on 4/20 of 2015 was a town attorney, Brandon Rush. Reference 2, Councilmember Carl Wade's wife, that resides at the same address, Patricia Wade, was arrested on 6/3 of 2009 for 7 felony theft charges while she was in the position of treasurer of this very township that we live in. Miss Wade was convicted of 5 charges on 9/6/9 of 2011 in Miami County Court of felony. Case number 52D020906FD00115. Miami County Court sentenced the defendant to the Indiana Department of Corrections for 2 years on each count. The sentence was modified to be served on in-home detention at Councilman Wade's home address. Court records show that Miss Wade was convicted in order to pay back restitution to this community for theft in the amount of $53,714 that was stolen.
Mr. Cox, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the 2 minutes is up.
That's fine, because that was the last sentence. Thank you for my time.
Yep, you're welcome. Anyone else?
I have copies of things that I want.
You need some more time?
On this new Marshall deal that we're looking at, are they gonna allow him to go have free reign like they did before?
As our current ordinance states, the routine patrol area for the town marshal and the reserves is from Angling Road to 800 South to Strawtown Pike.
A 2-mile radius.
It's less than that.
Okay.
It was condensed down this spring to bring them off of 31 to try to more get them
Correct.
into the town of Bunker Hill.
I have nothing against law enforcement, nothing at all, but the thing is, we've had several incidents in our neighborhood. We call the Bunker Hill, we'll call the police department, we get the Miami County Sheriff's Department, or we get the state police. I had an incident at my house, called the Bunker Hill Marshal. Miami County Sheriff's Department come out, took the report. 3 hours later, Bunker Hill shows up, knocks on my door and asks me what was going on. The report was already taken, so there was no sense on him even, 3 hours later, but they're out on 31. I come up to a meeting one time and he sat there, bold-faced, called me a liar, said that he don't go out on 31 and he don't know what his deputies do. So, I'm not going on personal issues, I'm just saying, we need somebody that's in town here to protect us in town, not 31.
Can I
Thank
respond a
you.
little bit to that?
If you'd like to.
Nick, I appreciate you saying that. I think that's what we need more of, some people that have come to us at the post office or mini mart or what have you. And I'm glad that you were able to address it. I was at the meeting when you stated that, and there was several, not just yourself and myself, that were unsatisfied with that. And I would like to add, one of the things that we did was we looked at the old ordinance. The old ordinance in the past said the same thing. The only time that town marshal and the reserves were able to leave the city or town limits was in pursuit. And that's why when I came on board, we double checked and redefined that, and all we did was have to follow the old ordinance. So it's nothing new. It's been there for years.
Right.
It just hadn't been enforced because any prior board never took an interest. And if I may quote Mr. Jaybird, he said he didn't take an interest of what the police did. He wasn't a police officer, nor am I, that didn't care what the police did. That's not an answer for any previous town board member or the current board. So we will ensure that, and I appreciate your speaking up on that behalf.
Ms. Archer?
Due to police officers not being able to work 24/7, so I'm probably sure you thanked whoever attended your house that evening to check up on your situation since they were a part of this town. But furthermore, the town of Bunker Hill means a lot to me. I've been here for 15 years. My kids are growing up here right now, and the presence that we see in town from our police officers, that we did see from our police officers, that gave them comfort. But for me as a parent and an adult to now tell them that we had to have police officers resign from this town because they couldn't ethically work for other adults and citizens of this town, it's sad to have to explain to 13, 15, 12-year-olds why they don't get to see Mr. Thomason or Gornto out in the community anymore. Those are people that developed relationships with my children and that I appreciated. Not a single one of you appreciated them. I've been to several meetings. I've spent a lot of time here. And the only thing on your agenda is to completely wipe out anybody that wants to help this town. They generated their own income for this town. $80,000. They paid their marshal's salary. They paid for things. You paid town debts from the money they generated themselves. There's no excuse for it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone?
Yeah, I have something.
Yes, sir. Could you please state your name?
My name is Josh Baker.
Yes.
I had a question about the new officers when they come in. Are they going to be properly equipped? There were some things with body armor.
Yes, sir.
Are they all going to be provided and be
They will have
protected?
body armor. The department has 3 vests. They will be adequately fitted and with the proper equipment.
They need to be kept just as safe as we do.
I agree 100% with you, sir. Thank you. Anyone? Go ahead. Could you?
Josh Archer. Along with the vest, they may have 3, but being a former reserve, they're outdated. I know this. Tags are missing. They've been ripped off. You say you have 3 vests? They may be, but they're outdated. It's a proven fact. They've asked for the vest in the past. It was denied. The money was there. Grants. We had to purchase them. The money was going to be refunded. Town voted no. So yeah, you may say they're properly equipped. They're not.
Thank you.
Can I rebut that or ask a question on that? Since you said you was in the reserves, do you know the actual date? I didn't know Vest had any, because I'm not an officer.
Yes,
They
they normally
don't
have
want
tags
to
on
be
them,
one.
but
So do
they've
you
been
know when
removed.
let me finish, please. Do you know when the expiration date was?
No, the tags have been removed.
Tags have been removed? So that should be listed somewhere on their agenda as far as why the tags were taken and what date they were, because if you have no dates, how do you know that they're
You
outdated?
know, just try not to be
I'm not
If-
being argumentative,
if
I'm
the
just
tags
being
are
factual.
missing-
I understand.
Then
I mean, these are actually the same people that we helped with the water thing, and we show appreciation this way, that don't matter.
I can give, hey, excuse me.
But
He just
Please?
directly outed me out that he helped with my water situation, and
Will
now
you-
I'm being
Hey,
rebutted
quiet,
because I'm
please.
here in the
Please
public speaking.
settle down.
You need to settle him down or kick him off this board.
He's a criminal.
You can't sit there and out me out because you helped me with my water
You know, I
condition.
got
That
the
is
freedom of
actually an
speech, too.
ordinance that
All
you're
right,
allowed
it's
to.
enough. All right, I will ask you to leave. Please
Well, you
settle
can ask him
down.
to leave. That was wrong.
Anyone else?
Personal agenda. I'll go ahead and remove myself. There you have it, public. Personal agenda right there.
Criminal.
Go ahead, Bob.
From what I understand, it, officers are supposed to furnish their own equipment anyway.
The reserve, we provide vests for the reserves, and I believe also uniforms. There is items that they are to provide themselves, as far as duty belts, their sidearm, and there is, I believe, a nameplate, a few items that they have to provide themselves.
And I have another issue. Mr. Cox here brings up all these things against the board members. How about when he was on the town board and was gone for almost a year, from my understanding, in Iraq, but he was drawing pay every month. You know, and wasn't around to vote, do anything, or see what was even going on in this town.
Is that all, Bob?
I guess.
Anyone else? Anyone? I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight. We will act as quickly as we possibly can on getting the new marshal in here. And we have also worked out in the 2017 budget a spot for a part-time paid deputy as well. As soon as we get the marshal in here, we will hire for that position as well, saying that our budget is approved for 2017. We're gonna act as quickly as we possibly can and to get somebody in here so we have the police department back again. I would also like to thank Miami County Sheriff's Department for patrolling and picking up for the Bunker Hill not having a police department. At this time, that'll be all for this evening. I'm looking for an adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion from Carl,
I'll second that motion.
second by Nino. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Nick. Nick.
Excuse me.